is a difference. We Energies, Boucher Automotive Group, Tri-City National Bank, your local carrier dealers, Lakeland University, Z-Bart, Cannon and Dunphy, Loyal Family Renovations, Tsunami Express Car Wash, Steamfitters Local 601, Big Fish Contracting, SVA, a professional services company, WeatherTight, Window Nation, and Network Health on the home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
Elevate your escape at Audi North Shore and Audi Milwaukee, where you can save up to $30,000 on a new Audi or get low 0.99% financing for 72 months. At Audi North Shore in Brown Deer and Audi Milwaukee, members of the International Autos Group, where our ordinary needs to be extraordinary. On select in-stock new units. Savings include customer credit and dealer credit. Financing with approved credit. $1,431 per month for $1,000 financed. No down payment required.
Pat Dunphy, Cannon and Dunphy.
The hometown team is winning. Why? Not because of uniforms, sponsor slogans, or celebrity endorsements. It's winning because of the team's talent, hard work, and dedication to doing things the right way. Cannon and Dunphy is a winning team. Why? Because of its talent, hard work, and dedication to doing right by its clients. Cannon and Dunphy. Let our team win for you.
Get ready to say goodbye to those bland seltzers at the ballpark. Carbless is proudly Wisconsin-born, crafted by real people. A husband and wife team who wanted better cocktails in a can. They're locally made and blissfully better. Carbless offers a bold, true cocktail flavor that's made for baseball fans. Available in fan-favorite flavors like lemon lime, black raspberry, cranberry, and mango, bringing the craft cocktail bar to your seat. Refreshment that matches the energy of American Family Field is Carbless. Full of flavor, no sugar, and no carbs. Just game day bliss.
No dental insurance, but you need dental care? The new WDA Dental Savings Club is just for you from the Wisconsin Dental Association. We've been protecting the Badger State's oral health for over 150 years. Here's what WDA Savings Club members receive. Savings up to 55% on dental care, special dental care bundles, a statewide network of trusted WDA dentists. No dental insurance doesn't have to mean no dental care. Learn more and join at WDAclub.com.
Get up! Get out of here and go! Covering the crew all season long on WTMJ, it's Brewers Extra Innings. Now live from American Family Field, here's your host, Dominic Cotroneo.
All right, back on track. Everything's fine. Everything looks like it's supposed to. The Brewers dominate the Cardinals 8-2 in the opener of a 3-game set, 6-game homestand as well. And now we wait. The Brewers have a chance to clinch a playoff spot tonight. They've done their end of the bargain. They win 8-2. Now we watch. You need both the Giants and the Reds to lose. The Giants are up 1-0 in the top of the 5th inning at home against the Los Angeles Dodgers. The one hits. It's a Willy Adames double. And the run actually scored, I believe, on a wild pitch. It was, or rather by a fielding error, I should say. No RBI. So, Giants out to a 1-0 lead there. If they win and the Reds lose, doesn't matter. The Brewers have to wait another day to officially celebrate as the first team to make the playoffs. But they are the first team to 90 wins. Quick look at your standings before we get to the highlight recap. The Cubs also won today 6-4. So the lead remains 5.5 games over the Chicago Cubs, but you do improve the magic number. The magic number goes down by 1 to 10 as they entered today at 11. So the Brewers are the first at 90 wins. By the way, the Phillies, they're at 88 wins now. They were victorious over the Royals today, 8-2. The Brewers remain 2 games clear of the Phillies for the best record in baseball. But both teams are projected to earn that bye. We'll take a deeper dive into the standings a little bit later on in the program. 855-616-1620 is the phone number. 855-616-1620, the Sodding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line. If you missed any of this game or you just want to relive it, let's get you caught up with the highlight recap.
Ready for this? Out of here! This?
Run it back! Ho, ho, ho!
And this?
It is gone!
Time for tonight's highlights.
Quinn Priester getting the ball, trying to continue his franchise record. The Brewers had won 17 consecutive games that he had pitched in entering tonight against Andre Palante, 2 ground ball specialists going at it in this one. Well, in the first, he got a couple of ground balls. One of them snuck through for a base hit. Also had a little bloop single into shallow right. So quickly had men on the corners with 1 out. And Quinn, ask and you shall receive.
Priester looks in, and the pitch. Chopper to second base. Terang has it. Flips to Ortiz across the back corner. On to first in time. A 4-6-3 double play. And Priester does what he does best. Rolls up a ground ball right when he needed one.
The Brewers offense, though, started out 6 up, 6 down with 6 ground outs against Palante, but they got cooking in the third. A leadoff walk to Jake Bowers, another walk to Caleb Durbin. Ortiz was trying to bump them over, but Palante kind of played it into a more difficult play than it needed to be. Ortiz beats it out, and it's bases loaded for Sal Frelick.
Got a huge pitch early in this scoreless game. Palante sets right above the chest in the 3-2. Up and in. He walked him to force in a run. It's 1-0 Brewers. Not close on a fastball. And 3 of the first 4 hitters to come to the plate in this inning have drawn ball 4 from Andre Palante. Frelick gets an RBI without having to put the ball in play.
All right, so the Brewers are doing a very Brewers-y inning. The next batter, the next pitch, Jackson Churio.
And now Palante ready for the first pitch. Swinging a fly ball into shallow right field. Playable for Jordan Walker. Comes in to make the catch. Tagging from third base is Durbin. Throw is up the line, and it hit Durbin as he slid in. It bounds into the Brewers' dugout down the steps. A second run will score, and they're going to give Frelick third base. It's a sac fly for Churio and an error on the right fielder Jordan Walker. 2-run score on the play. Brewers lead it 3-0.
1 in a million ricochet off the helmet of Caleb Durbin. The throw was up the line anyway. Durbin would have been safe, but they get another run on the E9. Then, 2 pitches later, infield in, runner on third. The contact play was on.
The 0-1 pitch. Ground ball towards first base. They're coming home with it. Wilson Contreras throw dropped by the catcher Crooks. And safe is Frelick. It's 4-0 Brewers.
All right, quality base running. The Brewers put the ball in play twice, got runs out of it, and you blink, it's yet another 4-run inning for the Brewers. Quinn Priester would have a shutdown top of the 4th inning, leave 2 men stranded. And the bottom of the 4th, the Brewers would add on. A 1-out single by Isaac Collins. Get on your horse. Bowers found a gap.
Palante deals, and it's lined into the gap in left center field. That's got an open spot. It hits once. It bounces to the wall. Collins is being waved around third. The shortstop's a JC with a relay, not in time. RBI double for red-hot Jake Bowers. He strikes again. 5-0 Brewers lead in the 4th.
More on Bowers a little bit later on in this program. In the 6th inning, though, a little bit of trouble against Priester. He'll be lifted in that frame after a leadoff hit by pitch and a misplayed triple in center by Jackson Churio scored the first 2 runs of this game. Ashby had allowed one of those runs as an inherited runner, but a double play ends that inning. The Brewers would have traffic a couple of times in the 5th and the 6th innings, but failed to add on any more. It's still only a 5-2 ball game, and in the 7th inning, with chants of Yelly in the background, insurance was provided.
3-2 again. Fly ball is hit deep into right center field, majestically up into the night sky. Watch this sail. Goodbye. A Yelly bomb. Wow, he hit it high up the batter's eye, a 2-run shot.
He continues to have a great resurgent comeback season. All that was left was finish it off. The Brewers even added an RBI single from Jackson Churio. Zastryzny in a non-save situation, wrapping things up.
3-2 pitch and a check swing. Dribbler right back to Zastryzny. Fields it, throws to first, and the Brewers are the first team in Major League Baseball in 2025 to 90 wins. An 8-2 final. They take game 1 of this series against the Cardinals. And the Brewers' magic number in this Central down to 10. And to clinch the postseason, it's down to 1.
All right, and now we wait. We'll have updates on those other games throughout the evening. And yep, that is 18 straight games the Brewers have won that Quinn Priester has appeared in. Pretty impressive stuff from him extending his franchise record. We'll break it all down with Jerry Augustine coming up on the other side of the break on your home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
At Tony Wendorf & Associates First Weber Group, we do more than close deals. We serve with gratitude and faith-filled purpose. We've sold over $300 million in real estate since 2020, one of the top-ranked real estate teams in Wisconsin, and we're just getting started. What sets us apart? We care. Even if we're not your agent, we'll still help. That's the kind of stewardship the community deserves. If you're buying or selling across southeastern Wisconsin, let us earn your trust. I'm Tony Wendorf, and I want to create your red carpet experience. Contact us at wendorfteam.firstweber.com.
Catch the final battle of the regular season. The Brewers host the Reds Friday, September 26th through Sunday, September 28th. Get in on Fan Appreciation Night and a tumbler giveaway on Saturday the 27th. Close out the regular season with the crew. Get your tickets at brewers.com.
Back to school means back to savings with Exterior Pros and Baths. Right now, get $3,000 off your roofing, your siding, your windows, or your bath project during the fall savings event. Don't wait. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com to claim your $3,000 savings and book your free estimate. Exterior Pros and Baths, Wisconsin's trusted home improvement experts. Trust the pros.
Hi, I'm Jim Token, representing the auto dealers of Metro Milwaukee. Did you know that Adam member dealers employ more than 6,500 people? Plus, Adam recently completed their 15th annual Feeding America Change Your Oil campaign. To date, Adam has donated over $953,000, which provided over 3.8 million meals. Start your next car search by finding an Adam member dealer at adam.com. That's ADAMM.com.
Viking, dedicated to creating travel experiences for the thinking person, with programs designed for cultural enrichment on board and on shore. Discover more at Viking.com.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Brewers win 8-2 over the St. Louis Cardinals. Fun times, plenty of glory days, 90 of them for the Brewers. Welcome in, Brewers Extra Innings. I'm Dom Cotroneo with Jerry Augustine. Brewers Extra Innings all season long, brought to you by Fifth Third Bank. If you're looking for a banking partner that truly understands your business needs, look no further than Fifth Third Bank. They've got a local team right here in Milwaukee, and they know how to hit it out of the park every time. They've been serving our community with industry-specific expertise and local decision-making that helps your business thrive. Experience a unique commercial banking value only Fifth Third can deliver. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, member FDIC. Jerry, I want to start with Quinn Priester because was he perfect? No, but was he good enough? Absolutely. And working into the sixth inning, coming off the off day, it's becoming Quinn Day equals win day. That's 18 straight. I don't think he did anything glaringly poorly, but we saw the breaking balls start to really take shape today. What impressed you most about Quinn in his 5 1/3 innings today?
We talked about he wasn't real sharp with his off-speed stuff. Didn't have the good breaking ball, the slider, and this curveball or whatever. But today, I'll tell you what, secondary pitches played big for him. When he really needed them, he went to him, he got him. He was able to locate the fastball. He got the double play ball in the third when he needed to get it. He just or in the first. So he just goes out and makes good pitches when he has to. And I'll tell you, each time he goes out, he understands that he has the confidence in all his pitches, not only his fastball that he can sink and get a ground ball, but I'll tell you what, the off-speed stuff. Today, he only had 3 ground balls, which is totally unusual for him. But when you look at it, it was those secondary pitches that really made the difference for him today.
You know, when he had arrived to the Brewers, a reminder, he had never thrown a cutter before. The slider had multiple shapes and multiple cues on it. The curveball was his best pitch, and now it's maybe the pitch that he goes to the least often, but he still can use it with 2 strikes against lefties and keep them off balance. When he's able to get guys off the scent of the new cutter and the sinker, the velo continues to hold at 94 miles an hour. He continues to get ground balls. But if he wants to take that next step, those breaking balls, Augie, like you just said, we've seen him struggle with it at times. But good breaking balls, when they miss below the zone, or they're not spinners and meatballs. We didn't see hangers today from Priester. We saw a few low, we saw a few away, but you'd rather yank it or miss it downstairs and overspin it than the opposite.
I think one of the good things with him is that, he has a great sinking fastball, and he throws that to great locations. Really plays on the seams of the inside and outside corners and throws that ball very well. But the big thing was, can you command the breaking ball, your secondary stuff, that same way? And he's starting to do that. He's starting to say, you know what? He has a great idea that I am not going to play with the middle part of the plate. I'm not going to give in and play with the middle part of the plate to anybody. And that's what he does. He's really been able to use those secondary pitches. The cutter's been really good on the outside corner. I thought his secondary stuff was really good today. It was a little bit different than it was last time out. But it's really neat when you have a young man come in and knows that his strength is his sinking fastball, but he knows that if he can command the other pitches, he can be pretty special. And I'll tell you, he's working hard each and every time he goes out to make those pitches that he needs to have in order to win. And I thought today secondary pitches were the key to Priester again to get his 12th win and threw the ball very well.
Yeah, and nothing he throws is straight. So the moment you think something is over the middle as a hitter, you're going to be fooled. And when he has the cutter working, it generally becomes a pop out. When he has the sinker working, it becomes a ground out. When the Brewers turned 2 key double plays in today's game, one for Priester, one for Ashby. And again, we've talked about this so much with Quinn, but it reigns true again today. The Brewers' defense is a match made in heaven for a guy like Quinn Priester. And this was pretty close. I mean, this infield anyway could be a playoff setup infield with Durbin at third, Ortiz at short, Turang at second, Bowers at first. Now, Bowers and Vaughn are interchangeable, but I think I'd give the nod to Bowers defensively over there at first base if we're just going purely on that side of the ball. That being said, the Brewers are a team that we know the defensive metrics love. They convert ground balls when they need to. They do not commit a lot of errors. They've got a platinum glover at second base. They've got a future gold glover at short one day. Not this season, but one day. I'm promising you that. The point being, Quinn Priester, when he's working quickly, and we've heard this for years about defenders, when you got a pitcher that works fast, it makes it so much easier to play defense behind them.
It does. When you locate the ball the way he does, really makes a big difference. We've talked so much about his execution, but I think when you take his execution and the way he presents himself on the mound, he understands that he's got to throw the ball in good spots, and when he gets behind, he can use that sinking fastball and locate it very well. When he gets ahead or he can use a slider and a cutter and the things well. But as much as we talk about his execution and his demeanor on the mound, his confidence in his teammates behind him plays such a big role. He doesn't pitch to go strike people out. He pitches to contact, and every once in a while he gets in a situation where he can use those secondary pitches or use his fastball to a good spot, and he will get a strikeout. But I'll tell you what, his confidence has you out there with his demeanor and having that confidence to say, you know what, I'm going to make my teammates work. That's what they're here for. I'm going to go strike one, strike two. I'm going to pitch ahead. Good things are going to happen. And boy, all of a sudden you look out and see what he's done this year. It's just been spectacular.
Yeah, and you go from in the Red Sox AAA not making the opening day roster to straight to the Brewers rotation, not optioned again the rest of the year, and likely starting a playoff game for the Brewers. I think it's very clear that the Brewers are rearranging their rotation next week to go Freddie on Tuesday, Woodruff on Wednesday, and Priester on Thursday to make sure that they have this lined up like they want to. This is something we've been projecting for a while, but it seems as though Freddie's going to go game 1, Woodruff's going to go game 2, which means both of them would go game 4, game 5, respectively, because of the extra day off. And that leaves Quinn Priester getting ready for game 3. And I don't see any qualms with that. I think that's the right rotation to have if this team makes a DS.
Well, I agree with you. I think the way he's pitched the ball and the confidence in which he's pitching, he keeps you in the ball game. You look at what he's been able to accomplish. He never gives up. He never goes out and gives those big innings where you get a lot of crooked numbers. He does that so seldom. Yeah, he'll give up a run, he'll run there, but he maintains the confidence to pitch ahead. And when he gets in trouble, being able to have the pitches to go in and change an inning. He needed a double play ball early today. Went to it and got it. He needs these pitches. He needs to get ahead of hitters. He understands what he needs to be confident enough to go out and say, hey, if I make my pitches, good things are going to happen. He's done that. Dom, I agree with you. I think if there's any guy you look at in this starting rotation that deserves a playoff spot, I think it's Quinn Priester.
Yeah, he's certainly earned it. He's been tremendous, and there'll be maybe 2 or 3 more starts for him the rest of the year. We got to talk about the offense, got to talk about the most Brewers inning of the year, that third inning for the Brewers to get on the board. They coast to an 8-2 victory today over the Cardinals here on 620 WTMJ.
Hey Milwaukee, now is the best time of year to replace your old drafty, cheap, or builder-grade windows. And Window Nation can get the job done in 1 day or less. Right now, when you buy 2 windows, you'll get 2 for free. Plus, you won't make any payments for 2 years. That's right, no interest, no monthly payments, and no down payment. Plus, for a limited time, you can score free Brewers tickets when you replace all the windows in your home. Call 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com now.
Pizza made with pride. That's what you'll get here. With a sauce recipe over 60 years in existence that we're not changing for the world. And we just can't get ourselves to skimp. So we still use only the highest quality ingredients, like our house recipe Italian sausage and our original thin crust dough that's made fresh daily and never frozen. And of course, always 100% real mozzarella cheese. You can't beat that or a Marty's Pizza.
Pizza. Do you remember when times were good? Well, they're good again. It's as good today as it was in the past. It doesn't get any better than that. Remember Marty's Pizza.
Save big money on new appliances when you shop at Menards. We have the largest in-stock appliance selection from great brands at the best prices, ready to take home today. Whether it's wanting new laundry appliances or it's needed upgrades for the kitchen, you'll be sure to find appliances that'll make your life easier. Visit the largest in-store appliance selection today. Plus, check out Menards.com to view all of our great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Couple of texts from 855-616-1620's line, 855-616-1620, the Saturday Unlimited WTMJ talking text line. What is it with this crowd tonight? I can't even believe it. It's like in the 80s and late 70s and 80s, and everybody's cheering. You don't hear that. That's the way it's supposed to be. It was a rocking crowd tonight. The 19th sellout of the season for the Brewers. Almost 41,000 in the house here tonight. From the 815, finally got to 90 wins. Felt like forever, but we're finally there. Stay focused and take the series. Bro, go Brew Crew. Then Reggie from Milwaukee. Are we clinching tomorrow, Don? Well, we're keeping an eye. Dodgers, Giants, they're heading to the 7th. Giants up 1-0. The Brewers want the Giants to lose that one. By the way, the A's are also obliging right now. They're up 2-0 last I saw on the Reds, and the Reds continue to have men on base. The Reds are 0 for 10 with runners in scoring position in that game. We'll see how long the Levies can hold for the A's in West Sacramento. Now, offensively tonight, Jerry Augustine, the Brewers had maybe their best inning yet of just the most. If anyone was not a fan of the Brewers, Cardinals fans watching, like, how are they doing this? Cubs fans maybe hate watching, saying, like, how are they doing this? To recap that third inning, it went leadoff walk, bunt single that was really trying to be a sacrifice that was misplayed, bases loaded walk, sacrifice fly, throw gets away, E9, 2-run score, fielder's choice run scores, and then grounded in a double play. So the Brewers get 4 runs on 1 hit and an error and an unearned run. And bingo, I think we found another Brewers-y inning.
You see a lot of different inning time ways you can score runs, especially this ball club. They'll say, oh, you go and you manufacture run. Oh, yeah, but there's an error and they misplay. They ran the bases. Well, whatever the situation is. But there's not too many times when you're going to see an inning like this where you have one bunt single and score 4 runs. But you know what? What they do, they were patient at the plate. Placente was really throwing the ball the first 3 innings. He was throwing the balls. Our first 2 innings throwing the balls so well, had 6 ground balls, but they're just kind of lost it there. And Bauer and Durbin get on the bunt by Ortiz, misplayed, and he gets a base hit on it, and then the walk. And you know what? They got a little bit of rush in it with that errant throw by the outfielder. But I tell you what, you score runs in funny ways. You score runs in funny ways. But you know what? When you apply pressure, good things happen. And good at-bats, good patient at-bats that inning, really you end up with 4 runs. That was pretty special.
12 plate appearances in this game with runners in scoring position. They had a walk. That was the bases-loaded walk to Sal Frelick. They had the sac fly in that frame. They had 4 hits. And most notably, the homer from Christian Yelich that still hasn't come down, 432 feet to straightaway center. That somehow still seems a little bit low since it hit off the scoreboard. Yelly 30-100 watch. It continues. That's his 28th homer in RBIs 94 and 95. Christian Yelich gave everybody a little bit of a scare with the back that he had to hold out for 5 straight games. And all he's done is coming right back and seemingly hit the ball 100 miles an hour every time he's at the plate. This one was 112 off the bat to straightaway center. I'm out of ways to describe the future comeback player of the year because Christian Yelich, the Brewers are not at 90 wins without Christian Yelich's production this season.
Yeah, there's no question. You see the way he's been swinging the bat. You look at what he did in Texas, hit the ball hard just about every time up. They made a couple of really great plays on him in the outfield. But to see that swing today, and it's majestic. It was up in the air, but he had such a good swing. It was really good to see the ball leave the ballpark. And it was a big time for the Brewers to score an extra couple runs. When you look at what the Cardinals narrowed it to 5-2, but he's been swinging the bat so well since he's come back. You talk about the back. You talk about, you see where he's been running the bases, where he's been swinging the bat. I'll tell you what, I agree with you, Dom, is when he's swinging the bat well, this team is just a much better team, especially on the offensive side.
You know, I know you're enough of a golf fan to understand the reference I'm about to make. Like, there's such thing as like a roar for a home run, and then there's a Yelly roar. Like, there's a roar on a golf course, and then there's a Tiger roar. Like, there's a difference. And like hearing that roar today for Yelly hitting a no-doubter. I mean, honestly, like when I'm up here in the press box and I'm keeping my notes, and I have to write a little note card whenever a home run is hit, when it's like, hey, exit velocity, what pitch did he hit, what was the count, all that stuff. I'm writing that down. I mean, the sound off the bat, Augie, it cut through my headphones, man. It was so piercing. It was so well struck. And everybody, all 41,000 knew that ball was out in an instant. And, man, not everybody hits them like that.
You know, if it's a home run, the way he swings it, they are so majestic because when you see that swing and the follow-through, but just the way he's been swinging the bat this year, been hitting the ball to all fields, putting the ball to play, and he really having good at-bats each and every time he goes up there. And, you know, he is a special person. He is that special guy and I agree with you. When he's up there, the fans are behind him 100%, and they're excited because he's done so many things. And they know when Yelly goes well, the Brewers go well. And Yelly knows that when he can go up there and help this club win, that they're going to have good days. And I'll tell you what, big home run in the 7th inning. Brewers had a good day. Cards never are going to give up on the Brewers. But I'll tell you what, Yelly's home run in the 7th really put the little exclamation mark on it.
Well, you add in the home run today. So he has now hit a home run in 25 games for the Brewers this season. The Brewers are now 21-4. In games that he hits a home run. Just him, regardless if it's a solo or if it's a grand slam. When Yelly hits a homer, they are 21-4. And we've talked so much about what this team does in the postseason and how teams are successful in October, and we talk about home runs. I really do feel this, Augie. This team has more guys with the ability to leave the yard than last year's team. I really believe that. Having a healthy Christian Yelich obviously is one of them. He's going to be your 30-homer guy in the absence of Willy Adames. Then you've got what Bryce Terang has been able to do with his contact quality, what William Contreras has always been able to do. And you could still have a couple of guys run into one, like Reese, like Vaughn, like Bowers. Even Durbin can pull one with the best of them. So the point being, this lineup is deep. This position core is deep. They have slug, contrary to popular belief, and this is a perfect example where they score 4 runs in an inning where they only got 1 hit, and they hit a 2-run bomb from Yelly on a ball that still hasn't come down. This offense is scary and dynamic for October.
I think each and every one of the hitters have a spot where you make a mistake in the wrong spot of the plate and bring the ball up over the plate. They all have that ability to drive the ball on the bumper. We've seen it. We've seen them do that, and that's so special that, they come up with key times, different guys at key times. You're talking Durbin, you're talking Frelick has had a couple home runs, and, what Bryce Terang has done in Cheerio, those guys have done. You make a mistake to this ball club, and they're patient at the plate, and you make a mistake in the wrong spot, they can hit the ball a long way. And I think we've talked about it the second half of the year. They've really proven that, yes, they still go out and manufacture runs, but you make mistakes, they're going to drive the ball in the ballpark.
Yep, they've been fantastic in that regard. 855-616-1620, 855-616-1620. Talk a little lineup coming up next. The Brewers get the win 8-2 on 620 WTMJ.
Visit family-owned Ken Michaels Furniture and our in-store design centers where you'll still find beautiful, luxurious, heirloom-quality American-made furniture. Right now, save 30 to 35% store-wide and take advantage of our complimentary design services. Whether you're moving, renovating, or updating, our designers will help your vision become a reality. Visit Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield on Capitol Drive and in Greenfield on Highway 100 to save 30 to 35% store-wide today. Sleep better and save more with mattresses from Milwaukee Mattress and Ken Michaels Furniture. Handcrafted in our Milwaukee factory, our mattresses utilize natural materials like cotton cushioning, which dissipates body heat, Joma wool quilts for warm wintry nights and cool summer evenings, and natural latex providing superior conformability and pressure relief for aching joints. Stop in today at any Ken Michaels Furniture store and save up to 50% compared to national brands.
Hey, it's Vince Vitrano from Wisconsin's Morning News. It's baseball season, which means Brewers 360 is back every day at 8:40. Sponsored by Outdoor Living Unlimited. Every day, all season long, we're joined exclusively by Brewers guests, including manager Pat Murphy and more. So Murphy, as we're wrapping up our interview.
Great talking. We really enjoyed it, okay?
I was like, you did? Is he just in a good mood, or what'd y'all do to Murph?
Brewers 360 is sponsored by Outdoor Living Unlimited and Big Fish Contracting.
Is your business ready to take the next step? At Fifth Third Commercial Bank Wisconsin, our team of local experienced advisors is here to propel you forward. We understand your needs and offer in-depth expertise, cutting-edge technology, and tailored solutions to streamline your cash collections, automate payments, and safeguard your assets with top-notch fraud mitigation tools. Contact Fifth Third in downtown Milwaukee today. Let's eliminate the non-value ad work so you can focus on what truly matters. Growing your business. Fifth Third Bank National Association. Custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Brewers Extra Innings is brought to you by Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electric. Only in Wisconsin can you need the AC one day and the furnace the next. Be ready for whatever the weather throws your way. Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical has an early bird special. $20 off a furnace tune-up now through September 19th. And book your appointment today at Cider, SEIDER.com. With Jerry Augustine, I'm Dom Cotroneo. Text here asking about the lineup. Sam in New Berlin. Do you think Yelly hitting fifth is the new normal? I much prefer Bryce 5, Yelly 3, Sal leadoff. So with today's matchup, today, Pat Murphy explained to us, Augie, that he normally wants to keep his lefties separated with a 1-4-7 scenario, meaning with the 3-batter minimum, if a team is going to bring in a left-hander to face one of those lefties, Sal, Terang, Yelich, the lefties that play every day and don't come out when a left-handed pitcher comes in, that they only get one of them when they go 1-4-7 in the order. But today they went 1-3-5 because of the fact that there are only 2 lefties in the bullpen for the Cardinals, and one of them's their closer right now, in JoJo Romero. So it's not going to be a leverage situation. And the other one, John King, is somebody that doesn't exactly pitch in leverage situations. So I don't think this is here to stay. But what do you think of that strategy there of this goes as deep as they want to keep the lefties 1-4-7 as opposed to every other because, well, it's been working, but the Brewers have a luxury in that they have lefty hitters that have the ability to hit lefty pitchers.
That's the key to it. When you got lefties up there are going to give you good at-bats, put the ball in play, it gives you a lot of versatility that you can do your lineup. And I think that's what I think Murphy appreciates more than anything. When you look at what Frelick does and what Turang does against left-hand pitching, they swing the bat so well. That gives you the ability to make that lineup and change it around any way you want. Today, I really liked what they did with putting Sal back in the lead up and then putting Bryce in that third spot. I really like that a lot, and putting Yelly in the fifth really makes that a really dynamic order. But, it gives them that versatility. I think the biggest thing, Dom, you got to look at this ball club and you look from 1 through 9, especially in your first 6, 7 hitters. You have a lot of versatility, what you can do. Sometimes you even see Collins up in that second spot. So you got a lot of different things you can do, the way they hit the ball against left-hand pitchers. And it'd probably be a matchup who you playing, what team are you playing against, what is their bullpen like, do they have a lot of lefties or do they not, or are they like the Cardinals that only have 2 lefties in the bullpen? So they can make those adjustments, and that versatility that the Brewers have really helps out quite a bit for Murph to come up with a good, solid lineup each and every night.
And then you look at today's box score, right? There's not like one performance that jumps out and screams at you from an offensive perspective. But, Churio reaches base 3 times. Frelick reaches base twice. Contreras, he was 0 for 4. But the number one stat that I look at, this is maybe more of a reflection of the Cardinals pitching staff that they threw today as opposed to the Brewers. But we know this. The Brewers only struck out twice tonight, Augie. That's the 13th time this season they have 3 or fewer strikeouts in a game. That's the second most in baseball. And for a team that prides itself in putting the ball in play, they're going to face better pitching competition come postseason. We know that. But every team knows the ball is going to be in play against the Brewers, and they even added 2 more unearned runs today. They have the most unearned runs scored in baseball, and I don't think that's a coincidence because of how much simply the ball is in play.
Those specials, they do put the ball in play. They lead all of baseball with infield hits. They run the bases real well. They're going to be aggressive at the plate. And one thing I really like about this team is you see them as they go through a game. They may start a game, and if this guy's a strike throw, be very aggressive in the strike zone early in the ball game. But as the game goes along, they see how the guy's going, and they change it. They make the adjustments. But I think that's one thing that's really impressive, like you said tonight. 2 strikeouts in a game against the Cardinals pitching staff. That's pretty good. That means the ball's be put in play. When you put the ball in play with this aggressive team on the bases, you're going to do well, and they did well tonight.
The Brewers player of the game poll over on my social media, over 200 votes. It went to Priester, 63% of the vote. Yelly was second. Churio was third. You got a player of the game vote for this one, Augie?
Priester. I mean, each and every time he goes out there, it's just what he does and how he does it. And today I really liked it because last time out we talked about, he really went to his sinking fastball, and he had 9 ground balls last time out. And he really used it. He didn't have the sharp breaking ball, but he used it effectively and efficiently. Tonight went out there and had it all working for him, and really got himself in trouble a couple of times, was able to get out with using the pitches that he needs, using those secondary pitches. I think when he takes them out and he keeps doing what he's doing, he pretty much is going to get player of the game each and every time.
Yeah, when you win 18 straight appearances, that's going to easily get you in the International Autos Group Player of the Game. Just like the game's MVP, you can drive into the season in style and save up to $10,000 on in-stock BMWs, Audis, Mercedes-Benz, and more. No tariffs, just huge savings. Visit ia8milwaukee.com. International Autos Group, where ordinary needs to be extraordinary. Augie, appreciate you as always, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow, hopefully about a series victory.
I'm really interested in watching Miz pitch. He's been pitching the ball so well, and he's that special guy that you always have waiting in the wings. He can help you in so many spots. So I think tomorrow night's a big game for Miz to come out against the Cardinals, a team within the division that's never going to give in. It's going to be a fun game to watch.
And the team he made his big league debut against as well. He went 5 no-hit innings against them, then he rolled his ankle, and, well, the rest is history. He was an all-star 4 starts later. But, hey, that's a debate for another time. Thanks, Augie.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow night.
All right, Jerry Augustine, former Brewers pitcher, here on 620 WTMJ. Let's go beyond the box score and talk a little Jake Bauers coming up on 620 WTMJ.
Hi, it's me, Flo, here to tell you that with the Progressive Home and Auto Bundle, you get 24/7 protection, so you're covered no matter where the day takes you.
Even I added too much water to the pizza dough day?
Yep.
How about getting a call from my daughter to pick her up at the airport because her boyfriend is unreliable day?
Especially that day.
What about finding out that one of my pipes suddenly burst in my basement day?
Progressive has every day covered 24/7 with the Home and Auto Bundle. Also, you have a lot of bad days.
Oh no, that was all the same day.
At least you're covered with Progressive.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Catch the final battle of the regular season. The Brewers host the Reds Friday, September 26th through Sunday, September 28th. Get in on Fan Appreciation Night and a tumbler giveaway on Saturday, the 27th. Close out the regular season with the crew. Get your tickets at Brewers.com.
Since 1957, we've been making great pizzas. The recipe's the same. The dough's made daily like it's always been. The fresh veggies are cut daily, and the quality control remains as high as it's ever been. We gotta keep it high, because we know when you can count on consistency, that it keeps you coming back. So how about Marty's Pizza tonight?
Remember Marty's Pizza. Marty's Pizza. Do you remember when times were good? Well, they're good again. It's as good today as it was in the past. It doesn't get any better than that. Remember Marty's Pizza.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Scoreboard watching, taking a peek out west. The 2 games that matter to the Brewers. First, at Oracle Park, Dodgers, Giants, all tied now. A Michael Conforto solo homer to straightaway center. 1-1, they're through 7. Joey Lucchesi now on the mound for San Francisco in the 8th inning of a 1-1 game. And it is still 2-0 A's in the bottom of the 7th in West Sacramento. The Reds have drawn 5 walks, but they're 0 for 11 with runners in scoring position, and they've left 9 runners on base. So, again, the results need to be the Reds lose and the Giants lose, and, well, something's got to give. Otherwise, the Brewers have to wait till tomorrow to officially clinch a postseason berth. Let's go a little beyond the box score here real quick, and Jake Bauers, very quietly, has come off the injured list and has found his role and has found his swing again. And I was joking with him in the clubhouse a couple of days ago that, hey, it's really important to have your shoulder working when you swing the bat. And he had a solid rehab assignment, but here in the month of September, he is now 10 for 23. That's .435. That's pretty ridiculous. And he's also drawn 3 walks, including one tonight, only 6 strikeouts in his 26 plate appearances for a .500 on-base percentage. He's got a great blend of plate discipline and the ability to change the scoreboard. And today, his double to left center field left the bat at 108 miles an hour. So when you look at the average exit velocity of the Brewers here in the month of September, Bowers leads for guys with at least 20 plate appearances. He's averaging a hard hit ball. He's averaging 96 miles an hour on balls put in play. So it leads us to a little bit of a buy or sell. And I'm buying what we're seeing from Bowers, and even a question about, is Bowers going to start a playoff game? I mean, quite frankly, there's an argument for it depending on the matchup, right? If you got a lefty that's really susceptible, if you have a righty on the mound that's really susceptible to lefties hitting them for damage, I could see a scenario that Bowers starts a playoff game. He started game 1 of the wild card series last year over Rhys Hoskins. And the Brewers still have the debate. We talked about it on Brewers Weekly last night. Are they going to carry 3 first basemen in October? Because that really limits your defensive versatility, meaning you'll have 1 in the game at first base, 2 on the bench. Yelly's going to be your DH. I imagine they want to put Blake Perkins as a starter in center field, but if his bat doesn't get going, there'll be real consideration about Jackson Chourio getting the start in center, but you saw tonight as the reason why they might hold their breath on that. The point being is that Jake Bowers deserves a nod, and I wrote about it today on WTMJ for our little notebook that we're doing now for these games down the stretch, and I just simply said, hey, let's not forget that this dude hit the only pinch hit home run in Brewers postseason franchise history. And I think his spot is very solidified on this postseason roster. So I'm buying that. I am selling the fact that they could carry 3 I just don't see the versatility in that for a team that prides itself on versatility. I just think that someone's going to be left on the cutting room floor. That buying or selling is brought to you by Tony Wendorf and Associates. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, trust Tony Wendorf and Associates, one of the top real estate teams in Wisconsin. And part of First Weber Real Estate Services, they bring faith, family, and a red experience to every home deal. Let's step up to the plate together. WendorfTeam.firstweber.com. We'll hear from the manager, Pat Murphy, in just a moment. The Brewers win today 8-2, and now we are scoreboard watching the rest of the night out west here on 620 WTMJ.
Trust in your family's comfort at home with Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. They're the oldest family-owned HVAC company in southeast Wisconsin. 4 generations of Ciders, and their highly trained technicians provide a one-stop shop for all home and business comfort needs, including an emergency service line that's always live and a 12-year parts and labor warranty on all Daikin products. Get peace of mind by scheduling maintenance today with Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. That's SEIDER, cider.com.
Amish outdoor furniture with poly and wood available. And that poly is the richest of outdoor furniture. It's just about indestructible and will virtually last forever. At Erickson's, we have poly furniture in abundance, so you're guaranteed to see a great selection. The beauty of it is you can put it outside all year round and not worry about it, because the color runs all the way through, so it doesn't fade, and minor nicks and scratches won't hurt the look. Erickson's Landscape Supply. For an abundant selection of poly and wood Amish outdoor furniture, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection. You'll be hard-pressed to find a better selection of metal yard art than we have here at Erickson's. Anything from natural and painted metal signs to painted roosters from 1 to 6 feet tall. Natural steel flying ducks and cattails. Cute little frogs, geckos, pigs, flamingos, and goats. And palm trees. The list is endless. And that's why you come here. Erickson's Landscape Supply, right on Spring Street in Union Grove, where you'll find a fantastic array of artisanal metal yard art. Visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection. Or better yet, drive on over and take a gander at the goods.
Hey, John Mercure here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. It's kindness, it's compassion, it's very specialized training. Their mission is to transform the culture of care, and they're doing that every single day. I've been in their places. I've seen how they love and take care of people with cognitive decline, Alzheimer's, or other related dementia symptoms. In part at Azura, they do such a great job because their staff goes through specialized training. They're going to take great care of you. Locations throughout southeast Wisconsin, Wisconsin-based, family-owned. It's Azura.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Burleson has not been retired. The 1 pitch. Swing ground ball towards shortstop. Play for Ortiz. Underhand flip to second for the out that ends the inning and strands him loaded. Joey about a step to his right makes the 6-4 fielder's choice on Burleson.
There wasn't any crazy web gems in this one, but that was massive because still at the time, it was only 5-2 Brewers, and then Yelly would hit the bomb in the bottom half of that frame. That is our Surfside play of the game. Brought to you by Surfside, iced tea and vodka, Surfside lemonade and vodka. Paired perfectly with the day at the ballpark. Stocked at American Family Field all season long. A couple of texts here before we hear from Murph. Awesome game. Brewers doing what they do best. Capitalize on the other team's mistakes. Win number 90. Got to see it here at AmFam. Priester's our guy. Let's take the series tomorrow with Miz. Go Crew. Aaron in Illinois, and tonight in Milwaukee. Appreciate that one. Question from Chris in Pewaukee. How many home runs did the Brewers hit last year? How many have they got this year? Well, how about this? Through 148 games, the Brewers now have 158 home runs. That is 9 fewer than they had through 148 games last season, 167. So it's not terribly off. Now, 9 is certainly fewer. But the point being is that I think this offense is still very dynamic. Now, it would be something to say if it was like 19 or 25 fewer, then yeah, that's something to say. But the Brewers still have a chance to average a homer a game, and some folks talk like this team would never have a chance to average a homer a game. They're certainly dynamic and capable enough to hit the ball over the fence, and they hit it with authority. And this team was 4 games under 500 in May. They weren't hitting many home runs in that time, and now they found a few guys that have found their power stroke. So the Brewers win again today by a final of 8-2. No updates on the scoreboard watching. Maybe we'll have one for you after we hear from the manager, Pat Murphy, speaking to the media. Quinn Priester, yet another win, and he opens his press conference talking about the winning pitcher.
What's impressed you the most about what you've seen from Priester during this streak that he's been on this last couple?
No, I mean, he just attacks. He works quick. He doesn't try to be fancy. He follows, as he would say, Bill's instructions. You know what I mean? You got to give Contreras a lot of this. I mean, it's a crucial part of the game that I'm not sure everybody understands how big that position is. And I think that Contreras led him through it. He executed pitches. He wasn't perfect tonight, but he was. He made big pitches at big times. You know, our bullpen's depleted. You know, we've got a bunch of guys down, and Priester got into the 6th. Ashby again. We relied on Ashby again to get out of a jam and get out of his own jam later. So Koenig was good. He got squeezed a little bit, and Rob Z was really good. So. But again, our bullpen is, we miss those guys that are injured. And yeah, but our offense did it. Yelich put it out of reach, but you saw how we scored. You know, we had 1 hit and 4 runs, you know, and yeah, that's how we play.
Murph, the presence that Priester's shown on the mound as the year's gone along, are you seeing growth in that area?
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't know he was going to be in the big leagues. He started the year in AAA with no thought of being in the big leagues with Boston, you know. So great move by our front office again to identify him and get him over here. And when we first saw him, you didn't think like, wow, you know, this guy's going to light it up. But he's the right person. He's the right who, as I say a lot of times, you know, and he just continues. He cares about the team. He cares about being a teammate. It's not just about him, but he competes.
The catch that Churio was unable to make at center, from your vantage point, is that a catch that he should make or normally would make?
I wouldn't use the word should, Todd. You like to should on people, you know what I mean? I don't think that's good practice, shooting on people.
I apologize.
So I think it's a catch he can make, but what happens is you get close to the wall like that. Jackson was practicing it yesterday. Remember we were practicing at the field? He got going back there and jumped, and it looked like he hit the wall. And, you know, that he knows in his mind, I can make this catch. Would have been a great catch. You guys would have been writing about it, but he didn't make it. So it would have been a really nice catch, but I think it's a catch he makes the next time.
Yeah.
Should, I don't like to use that word.
Between the home run tonight and then a lot of the loud contacts he had in Texas too, you've been a little surprised at just how good the timing has looked for Yelich after 5 days sitting out?
He's been great. Yeah, he really has. I mean, that's the guy in the lineup they circle, and you know what I mean? That's the guy that protects William and, all that kind of stuff. He's been subtly just doing it all year on and off the field, he knew what we needed. He knew how depleted our pen is, and he knows the volatility, and this team's playing with nothing to lose. And, we're playing with a lot on the line. So it's a huge home run. He was just missing balls earlier. A little frustrated, but he's so mature. He gave us a big lift.
Yelly, number 28, he continues to impress. He's certainly somebody that we will see in the top 10 in MVP voting come season's end, even as a primary DH. He's going to be, in my opinion, an easy pick for National League Comeback Player of the Year, going from back surgery to now having a season that, when you think about it, as a DH, and not necessarily a plus defender, but despite that, he's still among National League leaders in wins above replacement. And he's not even on the top of his own team, again, partially due to the fact that he does not get the chance to play defense and add to his wins above replacement there. But as an everyday DH, he's still worth 2.5 wins. That's just solely essentially his offense, and that's even with him hitting like a $180 into mid-May. Pretty impressive stuff. By the way, the Brewers' WAR leader, according to Fangraphs, Bryce Terang, no surprise, 12th highest WAR in the National League. He's got a higher WAR than Matt Chapman, Matt Olson, Willie Adames, William Contreras, Pete Alonso, Manny Machado. You get the picture. Then Sal Frelick's defense certainly helps his cause too at 3.5. Contreras is at 3.7. This team's very deep. I was talking to somebody the other day just about the Brewers' offense, and we've said this because you've been listening and watching all season long. People can complain about Joey Ortiz, but he still gives you something of value defensively. And he still got 2 hits and scored 2 runs tonight. And when you look at the rest of this lineup, everybody's got an OPS over 700. Most of them have an OPS over 750. That's a deep lineup. That's hard to do, to have virtually everybody above league average when offense is down bad right now, especially hitting for average. And I like to do this every now and then, but just to remind everybody what league average is. Okay, it's not like, everybody's hitting 275 and 300's a good year. No. Everybody's hitting 245. Like, league average is 246 right now coming into today. That is average. On base, it's only 316. Your OPS is 721. Now, for a while, league average slugging was below 400. Now, of course, the weather got warm. The slug goes up. That happens every year. But the fact that league-wide OPS is just 721, and the Brewers have so many guys above that mark as a roster with at least 200 plate appearances, right? So let me just give you some of those names. Now, Caleb Durbin is only 5 points below league average as a rookie. Jake Bauers in part-time play, 727 above league average. Frelick, 763. Contreras, 767. Hoskins, 769. Collins as a rookie, 798. Terang, 802. Churio, 802. Yelich, 808. Vaughn, 861 as a Brewer. So you get the idea. The Brewers have a deep roster. That's why teams are afraid to play them in October. Let's do a set of scoreboard watching, get you ready for tomorrow as well. Our final segment of Brewers Extra Innings after this, our window ahead on 620 WTMJ.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Get your rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval to buy at ACCUNET.com.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Rejuvenex.com.
My doctor told me my cholesterol is borderline, so I took control with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula. Garlic helps maintain healthy cholesterol safely and naturally. It's odor and taste-free, and Garlic is a world leader in garlic potency. I'm taking charge of my cholesterol with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula, cholesterol's natural enemy.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next-day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Elevate your escape at Audi North Shore and Audi Milwaukee, where you can save up to $30,000 on a new Audi or get low 0.99% financing for 72 months. At Audi North Shore in Brown Deer and Audi Milwaukee, members of the International Autos Group, where our ordinary needs to be extraordinary. On select in-stock new units. Savings include customer credit and dealer credit. Financing with approved credit. $1,431 per month for $1,000 financed. No down payment required.
9 out of 10 people who experience cardiac arrest outside a hospital will die, but bystander CPR can make the difference between life and death. Join the American Heart Association at this year's Southeastern Wisconsin Heart and Stroke Walk on September 27th at the Summerfest grounds, where you can hear Port Washington's Doug Niemeyer's amazing story of survival. Every person who joins and every dollar donated means more people trained in CPR, more research, and more life-saving. For more information or to register, visit www.2.heart.org.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ. What's coming up for the crew? This is your window to what's ahead. Brought to you by Window Nation.
Odd start time tomorrow. It's not your usual 6:10 Saturday. Instead, we'll be on the air at 6 o'clock for a 7:15 first pitch. Our friends at Fox are here calling the game. In fact, Ken Rosenthal was making his laps in the dugout earlier today. Good to see him. The Brewers will send Jacob Mizorowski to the mound, going up against Sonny Gray. So it should be quite the pitching matchup here tomorrow. Again, 7:15 is the first pitch time. Well, we're on the air with 6. Brewers warm-up got you covered to get you ready for it. And then we'll give it to the on-deck show at 6:40. And we'll see if this team is playoff bound by then. They're in the 9th inning in San Francisco. 1-1 still. Quite the pitcher's duel in the city by the bay. Ryan Walker is now in, trying to send this game to a bottom of the 9th. Still tied. The Giants will have the top of their order due up in the bottom of the 9th inning. And I wonder if it'll be Tanner Scott. I wonder if it'll be Blake Trinan. The Dodgers bullpen has been leaking oil for quite a bit. So that result has not gone the Brewers' way so far, but good news in Sacramento, the A's have added on. It's now 3-0 A's in the bottom of the 8th inning. And again, Cincinnati is 0 for 12 with runners in scoring position. I mean, the Mets are literally handing this to the Reds, saying, you take it. And the Reds like, no, we don't want it. And the Mets like, no, I insist. And the Reds like, The Mets, take it, please. But no. So let's say that score holds when you look at the wild card race right now. And you know what? Let's just go ahead and say that the Giants walk this game off and beat the Dodgers. It's not over yet, but let's just go ahead and make that assumption. If the Reds lose and the Giants win, the Reds will now fall to the 5th spot, and the Giants will move to a half game out of a playoff spot. That's something to look ahead in your window ahead. Brought to you by Window Nation. Right now, you can buy 2 windows and get 2 free, plus no payments for 2 years. Plus, you can get free tickets to a Brewers game when you replace all the windows in your home. Call 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com now. Brewers on their magic number, which is down to 10 for the division. It's the perfect time to take advantage of Window Nation's playoff special. So the Reds continue to free fall. The Mets lost again tonight. And, man, the vibes are not good right now in Queens. But they've got a big series next week against the San Diego Padres, who, oh, by the way, the Padres lost to the Rockies. So they're not helping their cause either of trying to prove that they can be a playoff caliber team. But the Padres have some room. They're up 4 games on that last playoff spot and there are no more head-to-heads with San Francisco and the Padres. So that's going to do it for our program. Again, we are on the air tomorrow at 6 o'clock for Brewers warm-up. We'll have to wait and see if this team's going to be playoff bound. They're headed to the bottom of the ninth in San Francisco, still tied at 1. Maybe we'll be, having a light toast tonight, a Miller Lite to the sky if the Brewers get to watch and celebrate a Giants win. Our producer has been Matt Yazel. I'm Dom Cotroneo. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Keep on swinging.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. Join me every Saturday at 1 o'clock for Experience Wisconsin. We will swing you around the state, from the Mississippi to Lake Michigan, from north to south, letting you check out some of the best and brightest spots in Wisconsin. It's fun. It's informative. It's good stuff. On this week's show, it's a big one. Elkhart Lake and the town of Brookfield, helping you get prepped for the fall. It's Experience Wisconsin, Saturdays at 1 right here in